Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is DJ Romeo Grate. Um, I'm a DJ, mobile DJ with a current residency with WeGetLifterRadio.com, and that's on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, and 12 a.m. early Saturday morning in the UK. And it is an online radio station. Got many residencies there. Uh, so you can catch me on Friday nights once again, 7 p.m. in the East Coast, 4 p.m. in the West Coast, and 12 a.m. early Saturday morning in the UK. And the name of the show is the House Music Buffet. I currently have about 86 videos on YouTube. Most of them are videos of me doing my mixing sets for WeGetLifterRadio.com for other special occasions. And I am also I do demonstrate. I've got some demonstration on my shorts. I also, as far as video shorts, I also do the special events, and I've done a couple of product reviews of this speaker as well as the Rockville RPG 122 case. So I've done sound tests and sound recordings on how great these speakers are. Um, so I am also on Mixcloud. I have over 1,400 subscribers on Mixcloud, and again, I've got over 300 mix shows on Mixcloud. It's mostly house music, but I do have some wonderful mixes of classic R&B, hip hop, and more to come. As far as mixing on Mixcloud, and I also do just straight mixes for YouTube as well. And soon I've streamed for Mixcloud, and I will be streaming for YouTube soon. The purpose of the video today, of course, I'm not mixing, but I am going over a particular product review, and I'm going to speak about my more current events and a review on the Harbinger S12 subwoofer. And I'm also going to speak with the RPG 122K PA speakers, which is not shown here. But I'm going to speak more. I'm going to speak more about the Harbinger S12s. So let's get started. Now, who is this video for? There's several DJs who would be looking for this type of equipment. You've got the bedroom DJ, who usually mixes on Mixcloud or SoundCloud and even on YouTube. So, those DJs, they don't do parties too much. They just basically, it's strictly hobby. You have the casual DJ, I've gone past that. The casual DJ is the occasional DJ that goes to the family outings and parties and reunions, and sometimes they need a speaker, an array of speakers or a set of speakers. Instead of using the JBL pill, I'm not knocking them. They're really great, but the JBL pill or even the JBL the boom box, whatever it's called, it's and you hook up your phone to that PA speaker, and then you can either go through Apple Music or iTunes or even Mixcloud to play your music for those parties. And of course, you can only control what's available on your iPhone and using Bluetooth. And then of course you got the mobile DJ, which is what I am kind of. I'm starting to do smaller gigs as a mobile DJ, So I need 2 subs. I need 2 tops, which I have. Some stands, and I've got a nice truck to bring it in. I have a Ram 1500, and actually, one of the gigs, and I'll go over that in a few. I was able to put everything not in the bed because I didn't have a cover. So, and if you know, so it's a matter of security. But I was able to put everything, two of these subs, and 2 of the speakers, and my mixing console, which you can see right behind me, and my laptop to do whatever I needed to do. So, what's so great about the Harbingers S12s? Well, again, that's my focus of the video, is the Harbinger S12, and a disclaimer. I am not a representative of Harbinger. They're not paying me to do this video. It's strictly a video that I wanted to do because there are not a lot of videos that describe the Harbinger S12s. You've got other videos in regards to other subwoofers like QSC and Electro Voice, EVE, RCF, the real expensive stuff, LD systems. You've got some expensive subwoofers out there, but not a lot. There's Two Guys Audio is video. They're the first one that's done, at least as far as I know, the first one that's done a complete review and breakdown and demonstration for the Harbinger S12. I've done my own video, and I can't remember the name of the. It's, I think, Review Island. Is the It's something more around the name of the video, the name of the guy that did a video also on the S12s finally. So I want to describe what the S12s are. Again, these are the Harbinger S12s. They're 1,000 watt peak with a Class D amp and 400 watts RMS into an 8 ohm load. They have a frequency range of 35 to 150 hertz. It's a plywood cabinet, not MDF or even plastic. And the weight, you can see the size of it. Compare me to the subwoofer. The weight is 46.2 pounds. Yes, 46.2 pounds. Now, I want to describe. I've done a video, of course, and giving a demonstration of how these perform. But I want to give a more in-depth discussion and provide information to you as to inform you how these speakers performed. And they performed, and there was 2 gigs I want to discuss about. The first gig I want to discuss about, and these gigs were the extreme of gigs. The first gig was an outdoor gig in South Carolina. And it was a very, very hot day. The outdoor gig was it was for a school supplies drive and donations to needy kids who needed school supplies. I had the 2 Harbingers and the 2 RPG 122Ks from Rockville, and it was an outdoor event. And that day it reached 98 degrees. So I set everything up and I did a sound test. And about 16 to 18 feet away, I had my little, I took my little Radio Shack decibel monitors decibel monitor that shows how many decibels you're rocking at. Yes, it was from Radio Shack. That long, it still works perfectly. I had it set at A and I had it set at B. But this B is which is shows me the needles move a little faster and move a little faster to the point than A. I think. I rated the whole setup, the two Harbingers and the two Rockville speakers, with the Harbingers coupled together, meaning side by side. It reached 125 dBs. That's with the two subs and the two speakers. Now, again, I'm not going to go deeply into the Rockvilles. They sound good. You have to watch the volume on them because they do get very, very loud. So you have to control it. You'll have to pull back some of the highs from it. And so it's not overbearing because it can be. So I'm in the market for new tops now, but as far as the subs are concerned, these were perfect. These really got and it reached 125 dBs, partly because, not partly, mostly because of the subs. When the subs were coupled, they really, really did kick in. I mean, it was phenomenal. They didn't have the deep bass as an 18-inch or two 18-inches coupled, of course, but the two S12s coupled were absolutely incredible. I would recommend the Harbinger S12s for small to medium events. I knew that outdoor event was a very large event, but people were dancing. I mean, everyone is there for a barbecue slash picking up school supplies for the kids. Free school supplies. It was sponsored by my sister-in-law, but it got some of the people dancing. They were enjoying the sound, and it was in an area where it was a apartment complex. So when you went around across the street, which was in Columbia, we went around to the other end of the street, and it was still good and loud, and you can still hear the bass. So two audio dudes gave this a 9 out of 10. I know I like to keep mentioning them because they took this thing apart. I mean, literally took it apart. They took the subwoofer out. It's got a gigantic magnet, heavy magnet. It's got a 2.5 to 3 inch voice coil. It really, really is a well-built speaker. And at the time, it was $399. Now I think it's $449, which is so you can still catch it on sale, probably at $349, probably around Memorial Day. They usually go on sale at Guitar Center. There's other locations online where you can purchase them or find those stores. I think there's three other locations other than Guitar Center, but Guitar Center you can actually hear it. When I compared this to their 18-inch sub, because Harbinger has an 18-inch sub, and as one of the individuals that commented on one of my videos, the 18-inch sub did sound kind of muddy when I compared it to this. So two of them are absolutely incredible. So about 100 and, a small to medium crowd, 100, 150 to maybe 165 in a medium venue, as I mentioned in my reply to the person who replied to my video. Let's say if you're in a hotel and you take the ballroom, the big ballroom, and then you cut it in half. And they do that. They cut it in half, so they have two ballrooms going at the same price for each ballroom. But if you cut it in half, that's about a load of maybe about 150 you can get into that ballroom. And these will work perfectly for you. Again, they're 46 pounds. I'm 59 years old. And you can tell by the white beard. 59 years old, and I cannot lug around subs that are 85, 90, 95, 105 pounds. The Behringers, those subs are 105 pounds. Imagine lifting that onto your truck, taking it off the truck. So at 46.2 pounds, it's sturdy, it's weight. I'd like to stick around just because I wasn't really ready to take them off yet. Uh, but it's solid build. It's got a mesh in between the grill and the subwoofer and the speaker itself, so there's no rattling. And it's got the holes on the top with the built-in handles on the side here. I can't turn it around, but let's see. No, I can't turn it around. Anyway, but the knobs there, it's got a phase control. It's got a 0 to 180 phase. It's got the hertz control, so you can, if you turn it down between 80 and 70 or 90, it will send 80 or 90 above to your top speakers. So it's got a crossover that will control what goes to the tops, and of course, it's got a pole hole in the top. And the way I had that set up in the gig in South Carolina, of course, like I said, I had it coupled as well, and then the two tops were on stands, and the stands were it was pretty high up. It's best to have your tops go above the listeners so that you're not killing them with sound up in the front, and then the sound carries all the way towards the end of the room. So so that was the one gig, the one extreme gig that I had. The second gig that I had, it was for my wife's birthday and her sister's birthday, my sister-in-law. And we rented a house, whereas we rented a really big, it was a pretty big house. That room alone was maybe about 30 by 20, the great room that had the kitchen and the living room and the dining area. It was a large room. So I only used one Harbinger and the one top. Well, at that particular gig, and again, it was set up for the entire weekend that we were there. We were there for 3 days. Set up for each day, so when they wanted to get together, play cards, do a little dancing, I was there to provide that music for them. I only took one of these, and everything in the house shook. At one point, I had to turn it down. And it wasn't because of the Rockvilles. It was because the sub was shaking everything in the house, so everything was rattling. So as this is the worthwhile speakers. Some DJs who said online, like I think it was not DJ Barr. This is a gentleman in North Carolina. I can't remember his name. He actually did a video that for beginner speakers, you really shouldn't get beginner speakers. Well, I disagree with that. I think the Harbinger's subs were absolutely, excuse me, I thought the Harbinger subs were actually worth the money. It's smaller weight. I know the Electro Voice, the EV's got a small 12-inch sub also that's right around the same weight. but it costs far more than the Harbingers, and the Harbingers S12s are just, I think they're incredible subs. Yeah, this is something that people are passing by because they think it's a beginner sub. And is it a beginner sub? Well, yeah, but it is by far, it gives you more bang for your buck than the other beginner subs, and even give you more utility than the other subs that are far more expensive. So it has this phase control, so it's again, so if you've got it doesn't have cardioid, but that's what you do to if you put your subs against the wall, especially these Harbingers, if you push them against the wall, you don't need cardioid because it's going to push it all back, push it all out when you put it against the wall. So again, I'm not a I'm not a spokesperson for Harbinger, and so who would use these subs again? The occasional, the casual DJ, the mobile unit, the mobile DJ that does weddings and well, small to medium weddings. Even if you use it, even if you picked it up as a small setup for, let's say, the wedding or the cocktail hour, it's a great setup. Even when you use that, musicians can plug right into it, and doesn't have a mixer, but if you plug it into a mixer and then you plug your musician into a mixer and then out to here, it's going to sound great. So I want to thank you for watching. I will be uploading my mixes, of course, next week. Please, again, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up. If you're interested in subscribing, I've got plenty of videos that are coming, and and more. And I'll start to do gig logs. I would have had a gig log, but unfortunately, my son, all the recording that he did from the party from South Carolina, for the gig in South Carolina, he inadvertently erased it. So, but when I'll do some real parties, which is starting to come up now, I'll do a gig log and I'll give a complete demonstration on these speakers out during the regular during the gig itself. Yeah, one thing I do want to mention about the Harbingers is that the plate in the back, they do get a little warm. Now that day happened to be 98 degrees. So all you need is I placed a fan. It's a Class D amp. So by placing one of those portable fans, I mean the real small miniature fans, right in the back, it really does the work. It makes it nice and cool in the back, and especially on a hot day. On a hot day, everything needs to be kept cool. I have a wonderful 5-fan laptop stand that really did its job on that day. So, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.